I was finding we have, hold on, let me close this up first. Yeah. So it's funny because we have Cedric in here who's starting in the next class, and then we have Colin who's and Dami who just finished up this class. Y'all got any tips for Cedric as he starts his first week in about 2 weeks?
All I would say is I have no experience in the cybersecurity field, so I was very, very nervous coming into this class. I was very unsure of myself, and I kind of really just took a chance. And I gotta say, Toby, I appreciate you in a major way because of the patience that you have with not only me but everybody that's involved, and the fact that people were in the class that didn't have experience before. Now they're certified and they're placed in their respective positions, and they're reaching back down to quiz us and educate us. That's like the coolest part of all of this. So like, what I would say in terms of advice, definitely believe in yourself,
Colin.
because
really appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Yeah, definitely believe in yourself, because once I started affirming to myself that I was gonna pass, and that the material, I was gonna soak all the material in, it made it easier for me to have the confidence to pick up, have the confidence to pick things up, have the confidence to do more labs, and then keep trying to test over and over and stuff like that. And it gave me the confidence to kind of just keep pushing through the class. So, I definitely, for Cedric, I think you're gonna learn a lot from the class. You're gonna learn a lot from the class. I definitely learned a lot about, myself and my ability to pick up new concepts. So it's definitely something that you're gonna enjoy. It's gonna enrich you a lot.
Okay, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the advice.
Hey, thanks for that, Colin.
And another piece of advice, Cedric, too, is just to ensure that you study. If it's after every class or whenever, just don't just study the notes, but study the documents that are given as well too. And if you have the book too, great. Just study everything possible, and you're really gonna enjoy this class. Like, bruh, like Toby breaks down everything. Like, I sort of had experience in the past because I got a degree in it, but yet I still learned a lot from the class. So yeah, just make sure you study and make sure you listen to this man.
Definitely, we'll take that advice.
Man, I appreciate it, y'all. I'm over here trying to let social media know that we're live. A little late, but I really appreciate those kind words, man. It makes me feel better, right? Because it lets me know all the hard work is paying off. You all are learning. Even if it's 10 weeks, you all are learning. You're getting the skills. You're coming from a position of not knowing anything to a position where you're a little bit more well versed now, right? You understand the fundamentals, and those fundamentals are going to take you everywhere. Those fundamentals are going to stick with you. They are going to stick with you, and that's what a lot of folks are missing. And as you grow, you're going to get better. You're going to get better. You're going to get more specialized, and the technical experience is going to come. And it's going to come with the mistakes. It's going to come with the failures, right? And yeah, it'll work itself out. But congratulations, Colin. Congratulations, Dami. Dami, I got my fingers crossed, man. I'm gonna be praying tonight. Regardless, it's nothing but for you and Colin. It's nothing but opportunities for you all out there. It's nothing but opportunities. As long as you all keep studying the same, I can't stress this enough, man. The same energy, the same effort you put into class, you need to apply that same energy, the same momentum, the same effort to studying your resume, the same momentum, the same effort to preparing for interviews. And before the interviews, the same momentum, the same effort to fixing your resume per position you're applying to. Fix your resume per position you're applying to. It doesn't matter what you do to it, do something. Right? Sometimes maybe you can use a resume for multiple positions if it's the same title. You can get away with that sometimes, but not all the time. Right? Unfortunately, you have to take, well, fortunately and unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, you got to take the extra step. You got to. You're not in a position to not take the extra step. So why not? All right. So congratulations, y'all. I'm excited for y'all. I really can't wait. I see nothing but good things for y'all. And Cedric, I can't wait to get this new journey started, man. April 12th.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
It's on the popping. So let's all right, let's do the man in the browser lab today, Dami, if you don't mind. Let's show some people what this looks like. Cedric and everybody on YouTube, every Thursday, Cyber Thursdays, we go live. We're either running the lab, breaking down different security topics, concepts. If the class has something that they want to go over before we jump on here, we take care of that first. The class, what you all are lacking, what you all need help with, that comes first before anything. Today, because I don't think there were any questions from class today for Cyber Thursday, but for today, what we're going to do is take a look at a man in the browser attack. All right, we're gonna have Dami run this lab, and yeah, let's jump right into it. I don't want to take up too much of your times here. What's up, Bola?
What's up?
I like that wallpaper, Dami.
Thanks. I gotta remind myself sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So for today's lab, we're going to be doing the man in the browser attack. What we're going to be using is Burp Suite or Burp Suite, which is
No, you said it right, Burp Suite.
Burp Suite. All right, yeah, which is basically a tool that that's going to behave like a proxy. And what it's going to do is it's going to intercept requests from our web browsers. All right, so now we're going to get started. We're going to log into our Kali machine.
And Cedric, you may not be familiar with a lot of this stuff, but you will be. All right, you will be. He's using a system, a computer. We'll say that for now, a computer that we call Kali Linux, and it comes with a bunch of different attacking tools.
Okay.
And one type of attacking tool he's going to use is called Burp Suite, and you're going to see it in action now.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to Firefox here. And in the browser, we're gonna type this in. Preferences, advanced. And we're gonna go down to the bottom to the settings, and we're going to change the settings up. We're gonna set up the proxy. We're gonna make it manual. And now we're going to configure it by giving it this IP address and also this port number right here, port 8080.
So what he's doing, y'all, I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on what he's doing. Burp Suite is a proxy. All right, it's a web application tool, but it behaves as a proxy. It behaves as a man in the browser type of proxy. So you have okay, I didn't disable that. I don't like drawing when that thing is on. All right, but you have, Dami, I don't know if you can disable the hide the annotator names. It's in the setting, but Burp Suite it's a man in the middle. I mean, it's a web browsing tool, okay? And what it's doing is targeting websites or web servers. This will be Facebook. Okay, we have Facebook there. And then you have you here. This is your computer. And you have Burp Suite right here in the middle. Okay, it is intercepting. This is you, the victim. Right, this is the victim. Burp Suite, when you type in facebook.com, theoretically, that's going to go through Burp Suite. And then Burp Suite can send that request, because when you type in facebook.com, it's a request to get the website, to get Facebook's website. Burp Suite can send that request over to Facebook's server.
Mm-hmm.
Or Burp Suite can analyze that request and change some things. They can take your credentials if it's not encrypted, right? They can alter the request. They can alter the response back from Facebook with Burp Suite. And the way we're able to do this because you're setting up the proxy right now. Remember, Burp Suite acts as a proxy, right? This right here is the middleman. It's acting like a proxy. It's taking the request and then sending it over. But in order for it to act as the middleman, you have to do this. You have to tell your browser, right? Firefox is a browser. You have to tell Firefox to use a proxy. But in this case, use our Burp Suite proxy. And this is where our Burp Suite proxy is. It's using this IP address on this port. So that's what he's doing now. He's telling this Firefox browser, hey, when you're sending out requests, send it to this proxy. Who is this proxy? Burp Suite. There you go.
And also a quick question though, this port 8080, right?
Yeah.
What exactly, that's just the HTTP proxy, like that's just a port designated for that?
You can use any port. You can change it to any port, honestly. It doesn't have to be 8080. 8080 is just one of the more common proxy ports. Okay, it could be 8080, it could be 8000, it could be 7000. You pick. But if you switch it to 8000 here, you have to go back to the proxy and tell the proxy, hey, I want to use port 8000.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Squid is another type of proxy. It's not a proxy like Burp Suite, but it's not a penetration tool. It's not an attacking tool. Squid is a real proxy. This uses port 3128, but you can change it.
Makes sense. All right, so we've gone ahead and done the configurations. We've set the IP address and also the port as well. So now we're going to proceed to actually run Burp Suite. All right, now this is what Burp Suite looks like, the icon for it. We're going to bring it up. We're going to set it up.
Hey, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to do something. All right, you can take it back. I just had to disable the annotation name tag. It's annoying.
All right. So I don't know how like easy it is outside of the lab, but here, we're literally just setting it up by like hitting next, next, next. Like let's say this was like a real situation. Would this be exactly how it's being set up?
I mean, it could be. It depends on how much access you have to that system. And at least from my experience, it's not often when I get GUI access, front end access. Front end GUI looks like this. It's pretty, it's organized, right? You can click the application, it opens up. You have your web browser, you click Firefox, it opens up. You can interact with it, right? You don't often get that when you're trying to compromise the system. You're more so going to be on the back end. So now you have to set up your proxy on the back end from a command line or a terminal. And you can. I haven't done it with Burp Suite from a command line or a terminal, but there are other tools that I've done it with. But if I do get front end access, then I could set this up. But I don't necessarily need front end access either, right? Another factor depends on your skills, your skill level. I could set burp up on my system if I was on your network, right? And then get into your system, somehow, some way, find a hole to get into your system and change your proxy settings. I can do that from the command line. I can do that from PowerShell. That's not really, you can Google that, right? But the click, click, click thing, to answer your question, you're not always gonna, you may not have this, you may have it, who knows? It depends.
All right, that makes sense. All right, so this is our proxy right here. We're gonna click on it and we're gonna make sure that this is turned on. And this is literally what, intercepts the requests. So literally I can try to go on the website and it was gonna go through here. It's gonna ask me, if I want to proceed with it, if I could either forward it or drop it, which is right here. All right, so let's go on. Now we're gonna go back to Firefox and we're gonna try to get onto this website, this URL right here. Add to blog. All right, like I mentioned earlier, we need to access Burp Suite in order to allow this to go through. I don't. What's going on here?
What happened?
Because this isn't what we're trying to log into. This is Cisco binary. That's not me. Let's try it again.
We're on step 5.
Yeah.
And once you
Try it
did you
again.
type that into the browser?
Yeah, it's back on. This is it right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, dang man, this joint is literally. I'm gonna have to type this again because I shouldn't be allowed to get on.
Oh, that's because you sent it off already.
But I didn't hit forward though. I thought I needed to hit forward in order to
Yeah, see, now it's holding, right? Now that you're not hitting forward, now it's not going to do anything.
Okay. So yeah, this is where we want to be at. So, as we saw here, it's loading right now, and that's because I need to forward it. So really, Burp Suite, all it did was just intercept the request, and we can't do anything further until we forward it. And if you guys notice, this is a GET request. So we're trying to get into this website right here and to get specifically on this page. And so another cool thing about Burp Suite as well is like it captures the OS that is being used and also the browser, which is the Firefox Mozilla.
Yep. So it captures a lot of information here. But just to draw this out for you, it's the same thing that I had. Can I bring it back up? It's the same thing we drew out earlier. Nope. But you have you. Oh gosh, it's doing it again. This is you. Here is Burp. And this is the website here that he typed in that you're trying to get to. Right. And when you typed in the website, Burp captured it. That's what we're looking at right now. This intercept button, it says intercept is on, which means we're capturing traffic. Now, if you go back to the other page, this is us right here. We captured the traffic right now. If you go back to the other tab.
All right.
You see this page, it's still spinning.
Yeah.
He hit enter, right, to go to this web address, but it hasn't been sent yet. And that's because he hasn't hit forward. He intercepted the packet. He can change things in here if he wanted to. Like if he hit parameters next to raw, right? It's the same thing. It just makes it a little bit more prettier. He could change things here. He could send it over to repeater to really get into the details of trading, changing things, changing the response back. It's so many things you could do with Burt, man. But this picture is essentially what we're looking at right now under intercept. We've intercepted that traffic before it got to the web server. My bad. Go ahead, Dami.
Oh yeah, no problem. So we're gonna let the request through by clicking forward. Gotta hit forward again. So now,
Like Burp Suite is cool, man. Like it's just too cool, bro.
yep. So now this was the page we're supposed to be on. Y'all notice it stopped spinning because we allowed it to go through. So here we're gonna post something on the blog right here. And it could be anything. This is just fun. All right, now we're gonna try to save it. And again, it brings us back to Burp Suite. And now if you guys notice, this is now a post because we're trying to post something. You know, we're trying to add the message that we placed on the blog. But again, it's not gonna allow us to do it until we allow it to go through by clicking on forward.
Don't send it yet though.
All right.
Yeah, I see what he typed. It's captured.
Yeah.
This is Cyber Thursday. See that track, that request, this post request was captured by Burt. You can go ahead.
All right. So we're gonna let it through. And so it's posted, it's been saved. This is it right here.
Oh, you know, it's crazy. We should because we're gonna probably end it over here. Type in another request.
All right.
Just type in anything. Show you a cool feature about Burt because we can change this stuff. It doesn't have to stay like this. There's so many things you can do with Burt, man.
Did I try to save it?
Yeah. So many things you can do with Burt. Now go ahead. I think you could change it right here. You might have to send it over to repeater. Try to type inside of that.
Where the icon is right here or where?
Anywhere. Try to type something over here. Okay, yeah, you can type it. So come back down there and just change that. Change cybersecurity to PISA or whatever. See, he's changing the request he intercepted from Burt. You don't have to. You can just sit there as a man in the middle and just watch the traffic go back and forth. You can intercept it. You don't have to intercept it. You can just capture. Like if you hit HTTP history next to intercept, this is all the information you've captured so far, right? All the requests. If you just wanted to sit there and capture traffic. Yeah, that's all the requests. Bro, I can talk all day about Burt Suite. If you go back to intercept, he's just going to change the request and then send it over to the website. Because remember that picture we had up here, this website, Burt intercepts the request and then sends it over to the website. It hasn't reached the website yet. It hasn't reached the website yet. This actually reminds me of this one. I think it was one of the CTFs I recently did, and it wasn't allowing me to upload .php files. This website wasn't allowing, or no, I was getting stopped somewhere. I can't remember if it was on the client side. Yeah, it was a client side filter that wouldn't allow me to upload PHP files. So what I did was I had switched out this extension inside of Burp Suite before it hit the server. It was a server side filter. I can't remember right now, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I used Burp Suite to switch out the extension. I intercepted the packet, switched out the extension. I had sent it through the client with the .jpeg extension. Then once it got to Burp Suite, I picked it up from Burp just like you're doing it now, and I changed the extension back to .php because it was an exploit. I needed it to be .php once it got to this website. But that's just one of the cool things. So go ahead and send that. My bad.
Yeah. Quick question. You said you changed the PHP to JPEG. So was it right here that you changed that?
Well, it wasn't right there, but that's an example, right? It wasn't right there. It would have been over here by the content type, right? It because actually no. No, I mean, so another thing I could have did by the content type, this would have been PHP if I would have uploaded a file, but you can see we just intercepted this. I can change this to JPEG, right? That's a picture file. And if I send it over, if there's no server-side validation, if it's not inspecting my file, like doing a deep packet inspection, it's going to take this as a JPEG and not a PHP, right? That's another thing I could do, right? I don't even have to change the PHP extension anymore. I can just change the type right here. It's just change the type from PHP, because if I upload a PHP file, Burp Suite, web browsers, web services are going to know it's PHP because the .php. But what I can do is just change this type to say it's a JPEG, and then it may, right? That's if it's not doing server-side validation, it may accept it as a JPEG. If it doesn't, well, that's where my process of elimination. I keep trying different things. I may use a different PHP extension, but Burp Suite is dope, man. That's not even half of it, bro. We haven't even talked about half of it. Like we're still in proxy, like so. But yeah, go ahead and send that. You see how you just changed it to pizza. We can go back to the website.
Should be at the. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And then boom. Did you put I love pineapple pizza?
I spelled pineapple wrong, but yeah, it's supposed to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here it is. I thought you just put I love pizza. I didn't read it all, but that's it right there. You see, he changed it from burp. He didn't type it in here. What he typed in here was Cyber Thursday, and then he changed it to burp. To I love pizza.
Yeah.
So hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Manning the browser attacks. Okay, we have a whole entire walkthrough on this lab here. So you can definitely check that out. I don't want to make this video too long, and I don't want to keep you on too late. So any questions, Bola, Colin, Cedric, anybody have any questions that we can answer? Anybody on the YouTube channel watching us?
Like, is this like one of those apps that you can just like download online, or I don't know, how would you?
Oh, you have it. Yeah, you could download it. What I would do is it depends on how you want to do it. You can go ahead and download it. It's free. Burp has a lot of free resources on their websites for you to just study. It's a lot, and it's dope, bro. It's dope. It's gold. I'm telling you. You won't believe the quality that they have up there for free. It's bro. They go through all of these, like a sequencer. If I remember correctly, this helps you break. Let me not jump into it because that's dealing with cookies and the session fixation and all that stuff. But let me stop. So Burp's website has a lot of dope stuff on there for free. What I would do though is just get Kali, right? I would just install set up a VM with Kali on it because it comes with Burp Suite, and it comes with a whole bunch of other tools. So you just knock out like 500 birds with one stone. And then I wouldn't download it on my workstation, my laptop. I would download it in a virtual machine. I would test it out in a virtual machine because it's an attacking tool, so you're going to be attacking with it. But all right, man, I don't think there's any questions. I saw the thumbs up from Cedric. Is this a tool used by pen testers and hackers only, or is this a tool you would have to use as a SOC analyst by anybody? I've used it as a SOC analyst. That was the first time I was exposed to Burp Suite. Well, in a production environment, the first time I was exposed was in a learning environment. But I've used Burp Suite as a SOC analyst. It's not necessary, especially as a SOC tier 1, tier 2. You may not need to, but we were exposed to it. So I did use it. There are other licensed and big commercial type of tools other than Burp Suite. I'm having brain farts right now, but I think IBM has one. Everybody has one. You may not use Burp Suite. You may use Burp Suite. It really depends on the organization. Would I learn it? Yeah, I would learn it, right, if you have time. And that's probably me being biased. But good question, man.
So just so I'm clear, the burp suite you said is a proxy.
Yes, it can behave like a proxy. It has so many different features.
Okay.
But one version of the feature, the most known version of Burp Suite is its proxy behavior.
Okay. Okay. So really it's a program that got many different functions.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. And it's free. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good night. Dami, good job, man. Good job. Good job. Good job. Keep me posted on how things go tomorrow. Cedric, you'll soon be in our Discord server with all of us. I'm gonna wait till the first day of class to bring you all in there, just so you don't get overwhelmed and
Okay.
we can stagger it out. But that's a nice little community that we have. It's not open to the public. It's just for O-line security students. One day we'll try to open it up to the public slowly, but I want to be careful with it. I want to make sure that we have a nice foundation, a nice process geared towards the students first before we open it up.
Right. Okay.
And it wouldn't be fair if we open it up to free to the public if you all are paying for the course anyway. So
Absolutely makes sense. Literally.
But all right, y'all. Have a good night. I will
Okay.
see you next Thursday. Colin, Bola, Dami, Cedric, and then Cedric, I'll see you on the Monday after that, man. So
All right. Thank you.
y'all have a good one. Y'all sleep tight, and yeah, hold your loved ones tight. Good night, y'all.